Oh, hi. All right. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Long time no see. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Right now is our weekly market outlook. Okay. My name is Elki here with you guys today. Okay. Thank you for joining our section. And throughout this section, this will be a short section whereby on every Monday we 12:30 p.m. we're gonna share with you guys what is our view and potential direction for this week, and also what are some of the counters, some of the catalysts that we can look into for this week. All right. Okay. So good afternoon, everyone. It's Elki here with you guys today. Okay. And if we look, let's look at our market today. Okay. If we look into our local benchmark index today, we can see today market is fueled by a little bit selling pressure. And personally, I think that this is pretty much normal. Okay, especially we had quite a good run last week on Friday after our market was boosted on optimism from a very good strong rally happening in the US on a lower CPI inflation data. Okay, that actually boosted the global sentiment, believing that finally the um finally the rates hikes, all this thing has started to impact has impact and also put the inflation into some cooling, and hence we might see some slowing down in the rate high audits and helping our economy. Okay, so with today retracement of 6.34 points for as of the morning section, I would think that it is actually quite normal. Especially we know that on at local front we are having this elections. Okay, we're gonna have election on this Saturday, and it's very normal to have some profit taking happening this week. And if we look into our gainers and decliners, actually you can see the gainers and decliners, they are not too far apart. We are seeing 349 gainers and 421 decliners, while 361 unchanged. So from the gainers and decliners right over here, we can see the difference is actually not that huge. If we are seeing a strong bearish markets happening right now with a drop of 6 points plus on the index, we might see only 100 or 200 counters up, while the selling counters, it can be 600, 500 to 600 counters. Then that would actually trigger some worries for the markets. Okay, but right now we can see actually pretty much balanced at this moment. Okay, with our volume is 1.57 B at as for the morning volume, and the value is about half of it. So we can see right now what are the stocks that are moving trading on this thing. On average is less than 50%. It's more towards still focus on the penny stocks. Yeah. Okay, so for this week, what we expect that it might happen is this week could be a sideways market where everyone is cautiously waiting for the election results. Okay, I believe none of you guys right here are too interested to betting big ahead of the election, right? That would be irrational to do that at this week. Okay, but there could be some profit taking happening after we have been seeing some rally, and also the market has been moving up for the past few weeks. So if we look into our FPM KLCI, we can see actually the FPM KLCI has moved higher. Okay, we can see if in somewhere middle of October until right now, you can see the market actually, the index actually have moved around like 7% from the low. Okay, not including some of the counters, especially some election counters. Let's look at ASB. Okay, uh, it has moved 172% up. So if you ask me whether is there gonna be any profit taking happening this week, then I would say that yes, it is likely to have some profit taking, because since it's getting nearer to the election dates, we're gonna know the result very soon. So it's really advisable for some of you guys that if you are doing some short-term trading, this week is a good week to take some profits, enjoy your profit, reduce your positions, and wait and see for the election result before you make any further investment. Okay, so similarly, while we are thinking like that, fund managers, professional traders, some retailers, they would be thinking alike as well. So, no doubt the chances of we seeing a retracement, profit taking, selling down a little bit, happening this week it is it is to be very high. The chances of it happening is very high. So, for those who wish to trade this week, okay, uh, don't worry. It doesn't mean that there is no chance. There's no opportunity to trade. Yes, market. We can see market will still move up and down a little bit. Okay, it will be more towards zigzag rather than all the way selling down. Okay, but for those who have been traded some of these so-called election counters related election counters, like one of it is like ASP. Okay, it has been giving good profits. Is even from the breakout point right over here at 8 cents until right now, it has given you more than 50% return. Then I would say that it's good to take some profits, yeah, rather than hold it and bet for the election result. Of course, you can do that, but maybe you want to keep your size small. Maybe you take 50% or 70% of your profits and just betting lesser. Okay, so potential what other counters that we have been seeing moving quite high in between this period of time? One of it is we can see Sam has been moving high. Okay, it moved up from mid early of October until end of October. It actually has moved up 58%, and it went all the way down right back here. So for those who missed to just sell it on the rally, okay, then right now there's still some profit to make. Okay, but it's much lesser at this point. Okay, right. Okay, so some other election related counters, we can see like some Sabah related counters like CMSP that we are looking at it. Okay, we can see CMSP has moved up near to 20% right over here, and is trading near to the 1 ringgit resistance level. Okay, so for those who are trading for it, we can see it's still pointing for a potential breakout to 1 ringgit over here. So if you want to do some short-term trade, then you might look into this counter. But as I mentioned, if we see a run to near to 1 ringgit on CMSB, then it is advisable to to take some profits. Yeah, take a very fast profit at this point of time. Okay. Yep. So I can see there are some. Okay, so besides some of the election team that going on at this point, what other thing that we can look into this week? Okay, I believe some of you guys might receive some messages and also some prompting from our dealing team, our dealers, telling that the China actually has loosened on their restrictions. Okay, instead of quarantine for 7 days, they loosen it and reduce it by 2 days to 5 days only. So that actually gave a boost to the markets. Still putting up the anticipation or speculation that the China gonna uh further loosening on their restriction, or even might might not too strict on their zero COVID policy. Okay, so that actually gave a boost towards the markets, and also drive some of the potential some of the commodities up. Like we can see the oil is one of it. Okay, we can see oil is one of it. We can see um the crude oil. This is the Brent crude oil price. We can see crude oil continue to rebound for the price further upwards. Okay, and if for those who has been still looking at the oil and gas counters, at this point, for the UK Brent crude oil 98.75 is one of the critical resistance level. We can see Previously, we have drawn this potential topic happening on the Brent crude oil, and if we extend it to towards today's, we can see that it is resisted very nicely, just as 99 bucks for the Brent crude oil. Okay, with the positive speculations on the um, China potentially opening up, this would give a boost that the demand for the oil could be increasing, and hence we are seeing some positive movement on the Brent crude oil. And of course, also that would give us some of the potential increasing demand from the China side on the FCPO as well. Okay, so if we look into some of the um, oil and gas counters and also some of the plantation counters, they actually creating some of the good move at this moment. Okay, it's very slow. It's very slow, and it might create some movement. So it's worth looking at it. Okay, if we look into some of one of these oil and gas counters, this one oil and gas counter that I'm looking at it is Dayang. Okay, you can see Dayang has been turning into an uptrend after it has formed the bottoming right over here. Okay, you can see the box and has been trading higher. Okay, you can see as it break above the consolidation block, it has been trading higher, and we can see the further resistance. It would come in somewhere around 1.40 area. Okay, as long the buying pressure continue to trade higher, the outlook for the economy is more towards opening up the economy, and the demand would be increasing. Then we would see Dayang, it might continue trend higher towards 1.40 resistance for Dayang. Other than that, RL is one of it. Okay, RL has been currently is trading on more towards still on the sideway. Okay, we can see it's still on the sideway. There is a pause break over here, but we can see it's rebound. It is the rebound from the potential bottom near 30 cents, and if we continue to see it break out and stay above 40, 41, 42 cents, then it would be a a some similar patterns like Dayang. The very first level, it would pressure towards the 46 cents previous support, which is the current resistance right now, and then the next one will be around 60 cents for RL. Okay, reservoir. All right. So besides oil and gas, just now we were talking about the pump as well. Is one of it that I have been looking at it. Okay, for we can see it has price, it has formed a a higher low, and also currently is forming another higher low as well, with a more encouraging steepness on the movement. Okay, so at the breakout of 1 ringgit 60 cents, we might see a pressure towards the next resistance somewhere around at 1 ringgit 84 cents. So do monitor closely on the crude palm oil price and also the oil price. If both of them move up higher, then this Dayang will be some counters that you might want to tap into and then make some short-term profits from them. Okay, yeah. So when we talk about economy reopening, and that could give us some, that could trigger us to look into some of the steel related counters. Okay, because when the economic outlook is better, things are more opening up in China, the demand for the steel, all this thing would be increasing as well. Okay, and especially right now we are seeing with the anticipation of the loosening in the COVID policy in China, some of the steel counters started to move. Okay, one of it is Anju. We can see Anju is forming a flat breakout happening right over here. Okay, especially Anju has been selling down from highest 3 ringgits to current price less than 1 ringgit. Okay, it's at 99 cents today. So with this flat breakout, we might see it can be a technical rebound or stronger rebound towards 1 ringgit 10 cents or 1 ringgit 25 cents. Yeah, and personally, I would look at Anju is more towards Anju is one of the market leader in the industry for steel counters. Okay, so it would be one of the counters that I would pay more attention into it when I'm intend to trade the metals related counters. Okay, so besides NGU, okay, if we look into some other light industry, okay, we can see light industry also has made a breakout. Okay, has made a breakout. 33 cents today is a breakout, and the next resistance is somewhere around 41 cents. So if for those who want to trade more penny one, light industry is one of it that you can look into. Okay, uh all right. Okay, so okay, so we have talked about oil and gas. We have talked about plantation. We have talked about a bit on steel. So these three are the counters that quite related, quite closely towards the China economy reopening. Okay, and besides the steel constructions materials related, okay, like Argia is one of it that good to look into as well. We can see it's a pattern breakout happening today. This is a flat breakout. Yeah, okay, so we can see the trend continue trade higher and with no resistance for Argia. Okay, so Argia it might continue just trade higher from here. All right. So for those who are holding Ajia, you might want to you want to consider to ride on the trend, or for those who wanted to trade, you might look into Ajia to trade along with the trend, especially when it's going on uptrend. You can do some short-term scalping in between of it. Okay, every sign right over here with the volume, with the trend, with the breakout, all this thing, everything looks pretty much healthy for Ajia as well. Okay, so that part will be for China economy side potential reopening. Okay, and that's actually um give us quite a boost to the global economy outlook as well. Okay, and that is something that worth us to continue follow up this week. And if we see more signs that saying that they're gonna be more loosening on their restriction, all these things, all these counters that we are talking about, the chances of it moving higher will be very high. So besides election aspect, these are some of the counters that you can look into. Okay, and if other than that, it will be some of the consumer related, tourism related, like airport is one of it. Okay, airport is forming a after the rebound from 5 ringgit 40 cents, it has break above the downtrend channel and form the consolidation. So with the breakout, we might see it continue to trade higher towards the resistance to 6 ringgit 30 or 40 cents area, 6 ringgit 70 cents, and also 7 ringgit area. So for some of those who do not wish to involve in penny stocks trading, but you want to investing into this China loosening on their restriction aspect, airport is one of them that you might want to look into. Okay, airport, Genting as well. Okay, Genting some pullback over here on today, but we can see very obviously it has breakout of the recent minor resistance at 4 ringgit 46 cents area, and the great resistance it will be somewhere around at 4 ringgit 80 cents. So from here we are still seeing quite some mid to tick. Okay, so that's still a 5% mid to tick, and of course we are not including towards the high of 5 ringgit 30 cents yet. Okay, so with the aspect that they are bidding for further license, and also the its Taurex catalyst. If all this materialize and give some positive impact, then we might see Genting to trade higher from there. Okay, towards the another major resistance at 5 ringgit 30 cents. Okay, so for bigger cap ones, blue chips one, you might want to look into airport Genting for potential opportunity this week, or for the next this week and next 2 weeks. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay, so besides the elections, besides China loosening on their restrictions, I believe many of you guys right now also have been thinking, tech stock has a good rally last Friday, and today we are seeing some of the profit taking, some pullbacks, some still holding well. So what's next for the tech stocks? Okay, if we look into technology index, what we are seeing is very obvious that last week is a very strong rebound for technology index. Okay, especially it is rebounding from the support at 57 area for the technology index, and with this rebound, okay, some of you guys might say, hey, this is a double bottom rebound. Yeah, you can say that. It might rebound further towards the resistance that we are looking at it at few levels is around here. Okay, so there is still some upside for the technology rebound. Okay, so some of the technology counters, I believe some of you guys like look at like Ray. Ray is asking about Gray Tech. Okay, Gray Tech definitely make a very strong move. Um, last last Friday. Okay, it's a very strong move towards the high near to 4 ringgit area. Okay. All right. So after such a strong move, we might see some cooling down periods in the technology counters, but we can definitely see that this is the rebound from the support. Okay, so if we pull back, like for green tech, if we pull back somewhere, I do not anticipate that it's gonna pull back too much. It might just pull back somewhere around maybe if we look at the support, um, it could be somewhere around here, or if the buying is really strong, it might just who supported at 3 ringgit 80 cents area. Okay, if slightly a bit stronger, then it might be 3 ringgit 50 cents area. Okay, then if we see another round of some positive news, all this thing, we might see Greatech to test 4 ringgit 10 cents or towards 4 ringgit 80 cents. So what kind of positive news that we are talking about right over here? Okay, is that we asked the rally that happening on last Friday on all these tech counters is because the anticipation or speculation that the U.S. Federal Reserve might slow down um, on their rate hikes after favorable inflation data. The inflation data actually slowed down. Okay, so it's telling us that the rate hike, all this happening, that putting implemented by the Feds, by all other countries' central banks, it is effective. Okay, yeah. So since we started to see some results, and with the worries and concerns that keeping the rate high for too long, it might dampen the economy. With the inflation start cooling off, then we might see Feds or this thing might be slowing down on their rate high. Hence, that could give us a boost towards some of these riskier sectors, riskier assets, or emerging markets to have a better fund flow at this point. When um, Okay, yeah. So we are seeing technology counter started to rebound, happening right over here. So if this speculations or this thoughts has further elaborates this week or next week, remaining of November until in December, we're gonna have another Fed interest rate decision. So in this between this period of time, if this speculation has been top and has been people are convinced towards it, then we are likely to see rebound the rebound in Nasdaq. Okay, technology stock is likely to attract some garner some of the trading interest as well. So for Greatech to trade towards 4 ringgit 10 cents to 4 ringgit 80 cents is actually um it has some good chance that it might happen. Okay, so for those who has been trading on technology counters on last Friday, okay, you might want to keep some to ride on the swing on the rebound, or even for those who unable to jump in and capture some of these tech stocks right over here, then you might want to look for the pullback, the support like Greatech is at 3.50 and 3.80 to slowly scale in for your position. Okay, but there are so many technology counters. What are the counters that we want to look into? All right, so focus into some of those that involve in EV, okay, electric vehicles. That would still be the next big thing or the current big thing that is happening, and also the cloud services. Yeah, because if we look into some of the reports, all this thing, basically EV and also cloud services are the two pillars that they are still people still invest into it. The order's still strong at this moment. So if you really want to play safe, focus on these two rather than the semiconductor. Yeah. Okay. So some of the technologies, EV related counters that are related to the EV, and also cloud services. Greatech is one of it. Okay, and others like if we look into like MPI, we can see MPI is also have a very good, strong move on Friday, a gap up, and today is the pullback. All right, okay. So some of these counters are the one that we want to look into for uh, for the potential continuous rebound. Okay, yeah. So if we look into some of some other than MPI, Greatech, Tank is one of it that also related with the EV semiconductor. Okay, we can see um, Tech continue to break higher. Okay, after forming a potential bottoming right over here. Last Friday, it's continued to trade higher, but it wasn't as much as Greatech. So for Tank is one that Tank is worth looking at it given the potential continuous upside over here. There's quite some meat to it on Tech. Okay, UWC had quite a move on last Friday, so we can see for those which gap up or spike out on last Friday, it has some pullback happening. Okay, today, tomorrow, it might continue. Okay, UWC we can see it's just stalling sideways. Okay, Panta wise, yeah, it is also the same thing. Okay, so what you can do is you can actually just go through the list over here and then just click each of it, okay, to see whether this is the one that have reacted positively towards it, or is it just up a little bit, there are still some meat to it. Okay, so just go through the list and you might find something fruitful out of it for the rest of the month in November or even in December. Yeah. Okay, so technology, I think the potentials are still there. So for those who want to trade it, I think you can continue to monitor for this week or moving towards to next 2 weeks as well. Okay, but definitely, like I said, some pullback might happening today, tomorrow, but it gives us some good chance to buy it at a cheaper price, rather than panically selling. Okay, so that would be the view for this week. Okay, basically for election related counters, for those that has really moved up much high, if you have it, I would advise that you might want to take some profit out of it. Okay, do not bet too big on it. And this week, most of the counters, especially speculative one, they are likely to go into sideways rather than continue to trade higher. So make sure you don't overcommit and take some profits if you have. Okay. Other than that, the aspect that we are looking at it is potential China further loosening on their COVID policies. So oil and gas, tourism, consumers, plantations, all these steel related constructions, all these are the sectors and also counters that I shared with you guys earlier. Worth looking at it if we see further signals from the China side about this. Okay, following that will be on the a better inflation data announced last week. Hence, we will see some talks by the Fed's members and also the speculation of the markets towards what will be the interest rate decision of Feds in December, and technology counters would enjoy some of the volatility from that. All right, okay. So basically, that will be the idea of what we can look into for this week or even next week. Okay. While we are sitting and wait for the election results. Okay. Yep. So yep, that will be the outlook for this week. Okay. So before I end the section, I'm gonna pick a few questions that has been put into the chats. Okay, to look into them and try my best to answer them. Okay. By Joe is asking about Mr. DIY. What's the comment on Mr. DIY? Okay. So so for Mr. DIY, we can see Mr. DIY is currently technically is trading on sideway. Okay, but one good thing is it is forming a, you can see it is forming a potential bottoming block, and in fact this is the another bottom right over here. So it's telling us that 1 ringgit 90 cents is really a very strong support for Mr. DIY. And if we see a rebound right over here, actually it's more points towards the upward move. Okay, with the potential towards the resistance to 2 ringgit 16 cents, or if the market sentiment turns to be good, strong, we might see 2 ringgit 30 cents area for Mr. DIY. Okay. Yeah, so Joe, for your Mr. DIY, I think it's quite positive at this moment. Okay. And for Mr. Rangasamy is asking about Cheetah Global. Okay. So Cheetah Global is more towards speculative trading, okay? Especially we are seeing the buying has been coming in after the Agong significant person, they increase their stakes into the counters. Okay, so at this moment, what we are seeing on Cheetah Global, if of course if we um, zoom out the chart, we can see that it is trading at the bottoming. Okay, trading at the bottoming over here. Okay, and we can see here the recent buying actually has been broken above the resistance of the block. Okay, so at this point I would say that in order for it to sustain in such an uptrend, Cheetah Global really have to try to hold above 25 cents area. Okay, we can see 25 cents is quite a critical level for Cheetah Global. Okay, it has to hold above 25 cents, which is it is holding it right over here. And if we really see some strong bounce from this level, then we we can consider to trade into it for short term. But do bear in mind that it is more towards speculative and is politically related. Okay, so if the buying come in and you trade on towards it, these are some of the risks that you want to bear in mind. But so far, if we see the rebound, a strong rebound from 25 cents, maybe to 26, 27, then it's good for us to join for short-term trading towards 30 cents, 31 cents, or even it might trade highest to 35 cents if the for the trend continue to remain intact. Okay. Farhan, just now we talked about Ajia. Okay, so if you want, Ajia is very positive. So if you want to play back, you can play back later after the sections. Okay, this video will still available in our website. But overall, Ajia is positive and you can trade along with the trend. It's going on a very strong uptrend and things looks good for Ajia. Okay, so the last one that I'm gonna take is Tambun. Okay, Tambun is quite not that popular counters at right over here. Okay, we can see that it's actually trading more towards sideway. Okay, more towards sideway in between these two levels. Okay, 70 cents to 75 cents. Okay, or even we can look in 80 cents. This is the three levels that I think Tambun it might continue to stay on sideway. Um, capped by 80 cents, 75 cents, all supported at 69 cents area for Tambun. So nothing too much to talk about Tambun. Okay, it's you can see it's more towards related with the real estate all this. Okay, so for those who not too familiar with the markets or this thing, you can always click this button over here, sector info, to know what kind of sector the stock it is in, and what are some of the leaders for the stocks in this industry. Okay, yeah, so you can compare their performance, and also you can think of what is their potential outlook for the sector in current economy environment. Yeah. Okay, so real estate wise, with the interest rate hikes, and also the slowing down in the demand, all this, it might not be one sector that could be strongly performing at this moment. Yep. Okay. So for Tambun, it's more towards sideways and going nowhere at this moment. All right. Okay. So thank you for joining our section over here. Okay. So next week, we will continue to have the weekly market outlook. So if you have time, or if you have friends who are interested to know how to position in ahead of the market or this thing, feel free to ask them to join us as well. All right. Okay. So thank you very much for joining our sessions, and have a good week ahead. Yeah. Okay. And remember, support if you have the time, we should do our duty and join the election on the Saturday. Okay. And for those who are staying in flood affected area, please do take care of yourself and be safe. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much, everyone, and have a good week. Bye bye.